Pleasant good afternoon to every Guyanese around the world and Guyana, friends all. Before I continue to address you, the nation of Guyana, I would like you to subscribe to my channel and press the bell so you will get the next update. I'm sorry that a few days ago we had a little difficulties which I had to deal with internationally. But thanks for your patience. Well, let's continue in the hospital and check the ward now, since your patient is running out. Friends all, as a Guyanese, I wanted to be fair with every side. I'm a mixed race. I'm not a racist. I believe in God, not religion. For God make man and man make religion. And as you might be aware, when we use the word white man, black man, Indian man, Chinese man, Amerindian, Bok man, we are discriminating against nationality and color, not man. For God stated, He made man in His own image and likeness. But we have a problem in the Caribbean and Guyana and out of Africa and India. The descendant that was once sold to the European as slave, on to this day use it against the European masters who bought them and bring them into Western civilization. Yes, I understand that you have never seen a white person or a European, as you say, white. I only using it because you said it. And if I wanted to enjoy the party, I have to dance with them out like you. Fair and break and square. You have to be afraid of a light-skinned person. Blue eye, blonde hair, pale skin, and maybe different colors eyes, green, whatever. As much as they will be afraid of you. But don't blame them. Blame your ancestors' link. And then you should respect your ancestor link who sold you to the European, as you call them, the white man. Because of many things. Today, you're out of Africa. You talk about emancipation, but you're not going back home. Marcus Garvey was shouting in the wilderness to return to Africa, which he was successful with a few in America, and take them to Liberia. And when they arrive in Liberia, they treat their black brothers and sisters worse than any European white man could have slaved the children and the people of slaves. Take it from me. I travel, I walk between the nation. I try to feel and go put my mind for hundreds of years, but there's a limit to that. My friends, the quickest thing to listen to is a historian and a preacher. Two corrupt individuals. One give you 10% of the truth, 90% of false. The other one give you 11% of God and the rest corruption and obstruction to control and to live off of you as much as dictators and kings in the world. Why am I saying these things? We have seen for hundreds of years what happened. We have seen what civilization have cost unto this day. Well, let me make it clear. The European, as the white man, they were slaves themselves. They fought against each other. In England, they could annihilate one another. In France, the same thing. They chop out the head of the kings in time, while we walk the street and talking this nonsense. Every nation. India had more slaves than anybody else, and China. And today, we, the great-grandchildren of cheap labor and slavery, are complaining. Let's do the addition or the maths and look back and look forward. How would you like to be living in Africa today when the tribal war are still going on, when some leader like Ghanaian leader who promised to restore dignity and opportunity for the Ghanaian people, Nigeria and others, but the Ghanaian president, he take a charter jet, according to information, it's alleged, and went to see soccer game. What is soccer game? Men kicking ball. While the people in Ghana, the men, have a problem with their balls. He didn't stop to repair that one. but he went to see men kicking ball. Cost thousands upon thousands of dollars with his entourage and him, while that money could have utilized to a hospital, for wheelchair, medical facilities. But he think it was more important to sit down and look in the arena to see he is no different from Caesar, Napoleon, and the rest of them. Why? This is the 21st century, and we are still suffering from the past. And yes, we blame the European, the white man, but what is our black brothers are doing to us? And the Indian brothers of India. India was divided because of religion, Hindus and Muslims. Even though Muhammad Rafi, the great singer, made a song, Hindu, Muslim, Sab Sapakadna, Sapna, Hena, Salam. Maybe it means let it be peace amongst brothers. You will answer the rest. But because of a religion, India was divided to Pakistan. Now you have Bangladesh and you have Sri Lanka. And if we continue, we have too much. India would have been the world #1 population in that hemisphere with China. While if Africa was not divided by boundaries according to the European names, today you might have been the one in the populated world. But friends, why am I telling you these things? We all had to come from some way. We all came from some way. Amongst all the nation, you, the black race, love God. You will give your life for him. But he entertained slavery. Some of the prophets were sold in slavery. God can do a miracle. He could have stopped it. He could have suspended the slave owners in the air. He could have done many miracles. But what is slavery? Today we are all slaves economically. The chains are off our feet. The lashes on our back is off. And today we are killing one another, raping our sisters, calling them child mother while they call us child father. But for the decent, educated, from the East Indian descendant to the African descendant, there's a difference of affair, class, education. Why not we work together to educate ourselves and unite and accept where we are and make it a better for our grandchildren to come? In Guyana, we blame the Indian as racism, while the blacks are the racists and the Indian are the corrupt. Let's face reality. It's sugar and salt, a mongoose and a snake. Only when we accept our fault we'll be able to make the changes. But for the decent one, against both sides, y'all are living in peace, love, and harmony, and exploiting the less fortunate. What become of the indigenous people, as we call Bokman, Bokwoman, or Merindian descendant? We enslaved them. We put the women in whorehouse and rum shop and gardens. Yesterday I had a lot of complaint from Guyana. And we are talking about white racism and Indian corruption. Check it out. Did not Jesus says, do unto others as you would like them do unto you? So what did the Amerindian do to both of you? That you have them as prostitute, cleaners in their own country, and you are condemning the European. Friends, all race was a slave. And all women, 90% of the women around the world during that time was a slave to the men. Take the Arab continent today, modern day. The Taliban don't want a woman to go to school. And they got to cover from head to toe. And these bastards came from a woman too, called mother. They have sisters and grandmothers. The Arab continent, a place of Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him. Discrimination against the women when Prophet Muhammad have given them their freedom. I ask of you to wake up. This world got 8.5 to 8.9 billion people. We don't know where the next day will land us. It is time for we to stop talk. I am a Muslim. I am a Christian. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I'm a Catholic. I'm a Buddhist. My friend, we are human beings. Let's unite. Let's share love, not hate. Let's unite together for the common cause of the generation to come. Why are we buying guns and bombs and planes to kill each other? While Saudi Arabia are ill-treating African women and men, young people going to make a living. Philippines and Indian and Pakistanis and Bangladesh, and nobody doing nothing about it. Where are these leaders in Africa? Where are the leaders in India? But I said one thing, there is a God. We get what we ask for. We drove the European out of India, China, Africa, as white man. Go home. Bakra, the Indians say, go home. And today, we are running to come to their country in container, in the bottom of the plane, and other necessary areas, drowned in the Pacific and the Atlantic, and become hostage all over the world. When will we unite for a better cause? The difference of us are languages, culture, and religion. We are all human beings. God made us, we didn't make ourselves. So my friends, I'm appealing to all of you, especially in Guyana. We had the PNC at one time for 28 years. It was discrimination in every other race. We had the PPP with Jagan, Gina Jagan, Dr. Jagan, Mr. Barajagdio, and also Mr. Ramatar for 23 years. Was corruption, murder. What a disaster. Then we removed them and we put David Granger. And the man said too many young black boys are in prison. What happened to the Amerindian, David? What happened to the East Indian? Even in your government, my son was locked up wrongfully by an Indian named Ramjatan, who lied, but there is a God, Ramjatan and Nagamutu. For your children shall suffer for the wrong you have done. They will eat the filth that cometh from their ass, but all of you shall go blind. I am telling you this here today. My war is not ammunition, faith, and God, Ramjatan. You're a wicked man. During the other day, in Enmore, you are the AFC. In Enmore, when the Bacchus young child was murdered by a police, it's alleged, and the black brothers and sisters went on the rampage and attacked a village in Enmore and beat and loot and destroyed people's vehicles. It was an act of terrorism, barbarically. They should have been charged with terrorist act against peaceful human, penalty by death. But a magistrate or judge place them who you have on phone 15,000 Guyana dollar bail. And an Indian man had a confrontation, businessman, a goldsmith, a gold man, with a minibus driver. According to information, he's an African descendant, and the gold man, or Indian, was an Indian businessman. He fired a gun in the air, and he was put on $800,000 bail. I am asking, where is justice? A man fired a gun in the air to scare his attacker or to quiet an argument, and he placed an $800,000 bail. And gangsters operated and beat innocent people, mash up the daily living, all the minibus, and put on $15,000 bail. Is that justice? But don't worry, all those who have this thing on your tape, your phone, keep it. Big money will pay, because justice shall prevail. And every innocent man and woman you locked up, whether they are black, brown, yellow, or purple, the case will be open. And if it proves you use race and party policy, then may God have mercy upon the soul. For no crime shall go unpaid. And for those Indians who are fighting for property don't belong to you, paying police, judges, magistrates and lawyer and bribing to change transport. So be it to you. And for Mr. Lal who claim he buy a egress and egress dam, Mr. Barajagdeo, Mr. Ali, I want to buy 12 inches wide from shore to shore at the Essecuba River, Berbice and Demerara, or I may have to be Mr. Lal. Tell me, I have to be corrupt? Who I got to bribe to get that, Mr. Ali? Think of what I'm telling you. And then, in Bagastonga Latri, another man by the name of Yassin Ali and his children sue us for land George Pompiano, a case we never win, bribe and corruption. But there is a God. We shall and will get justice. If we cannot get it from our country, other countries shall and will give it to us. But I hope you, Mr. Ali, will open up your eyes in all these cases and give justice. For you are ordained today to be the leader of that country. And as a Muslim, may Allah be with you and guide you right. Open up these cases and see what I'm talking about. And make justice if you believe. If not, give up the Quran. And if you're a Christian, do the same or give up the Bible. For my God is the greatest judge, and his angels are his bodyguards. And they can be more crucial than any gunpowder or any dollar bill, because I believe in him. I call upon God to give me justice. I want an earthquake in Guyana to kill out the wicked. Let me see if your guns and bombs are so powerful, and those criminals you all are hiring to kill people, businessmen, corrupt ministers, and others, because people speak out against you. I want to make a holiday, Mr. Ali, for the late son of Guyana, the late Walter Radney. I see the young sister from England, the actress. You all had her in Parliament. And yes, I'm very happy about it. But there were many, and there are still many black actors and actresses in the United States from Guyana doing good. Anchor men and anchor women on TV. But I didn't see you all invite them. But I wish that young sister all the best. But if she did grow up in Guyana, only God knows, she might have been me a child mother. But I'm very happy her parents had the vision, take her to London so she become an actress. And you all are pretending in Parliament to boost morality. Friends, there is a God, stop lying. I called upon the nation to unite. And if Ali is doing good, we must give him our support. But if he's making monkey business, we must expose the tree from which he lives on. Have a good day, and may God be with all of you. Nothing personal. We all want justice. Peace.